In this lecture, we will see what is a co-channel interference and how can we reduce the co-channel interference. Already in the previous lectures, the definition of co-channel interference we have discussed. But in this lecture, we will see how to reduce the co-channel interference. What are different techniques available. This is the first topic in the second unit. The second unit is consists of co-channel interference, non-co-channel interference, and cell coverage for signal. So in this lecture, we will discuss about what is a co-channel interference. The frequency reuse method is useful for increasing the efficiency of spectrum usage, but results in co-channel interference because the same frequency is used repeatedly in different co-channel cells. So what is the co-channel cell? The cells which are using the same frequency, the repeated frequency, are called as co-channel interference. As we are using the same frequency, interference is occurred. That interference we are calling as co-channel interference. In most mobile radio environments, usage of 7-cell reuse pattern is not sufficient to avoid co-channel interference. So we have to increase the K value. That is, we have to take the K greater than 7, but it would reduce the number of channels per cell and also will reduce the spectrum efficiency. So it might be advisable to retain the same number of radios, that is nothing but channels, as a 7-cell system, but to sector the cell radially as if slicing a pie. So this technique would reduce co-channel interference. That is, we have to maintain same the K as 7, because if you are, what is happening here, if you are increasing the K value, it will reduce the number of channels. So the number of channels are less, we cannot provide more number of subscribers. This automatically will reduce the spectrum efficiency. So we have to design in such a way that we should not increase the K value, and at the same time the co-channel interference must be reduced. That is, to the concept of sectoring, as we discussed in the previous lectures, we can reduce the co-channel interference to some extent. So this technique, this sectoring will reduce the co-channel interference and use channel sharing and channel borrowing schemes to increase the spectrum efficiency. So if the specified separation is large, the co-channel interference is reduced. That is, if the distance d between the two channels is more, so the interference will be reduced, but the number of co-channels in a given area will reduce. So the capacity will be reduced. So this is already we have discussed. Therefore, we have to find an optimal separation from which the reduction level of co-channel interference is acceptable, and the capacity also should be more. So with keeping all these points in view, we have to design a cellular system. Okay, already we have discussed the design of omnidirectional antenna system in the normal case. That is, normal case means all the co-channel cells are within the same distance, capital D. So we already proved that the value of Q is equal to 4.6 is valid for a normal interference case. That is, for Q is equal to 4.6, we are getting the K value as 7 with a acceptable carrier interference. That is, some 18 dB should be there. When you are substituting that value, we are getting the K as 7 cell reuse pattern. So there we have assumed, why we are calling that as a normal case is, there we have assumed the distance in the first tier, all the co-channel cells are having the same distance, but in real time, it will not occur. So in this view section, we would like to prove that the K/7 cell pattern does not provide a sufficient frequency reuse distance separation, even when an ideal condition of flat terrain is assumed. So the worst case, here we are saying worst case. What is the worst case is? The worst case is the location where the mobile unit would receive the weakest signal from its own cell site, but it will receive the strong interference from all interfering cell site. That is nothing but the cell will be far away from its location, its coverage area, and it will be nearer to the other coverage area. That is, the location of the mobile decides whether it is a normal case or worst case. So I will show you in the next slides with the help of a figure. So in the worst case, the mobile unit is at the cell boundary R. So worst case means it will be at the cell boundary. That is, it will be far away from its coverage area, as shown in figure. So this is the figure. You can see here, this is the cell. It is far away from it is the center of the cell. So in the previous case, we have discussed when the cell is in the center, this we are calling as a normal case, and it will be equidistant from towards all the 6 co-channel cells in the first tier. But you can see here, it is on the cell boundary, means the distance for each co-channel cells will differ. This co-channel cell is at a distance of D, and this is at a distance of D minus R as it is nearer to it, and this is D, and this is at a distance of D plus R. It is far away from this. R is nothing but the radius of the. So this radius is also we are taking into account for calculating the distance of the co-channel cells. So this is the worst case of the location of the mobile cell. So the distances from all 6 co-channel cells interfering sites are also shown. The two distances are D, two distances are D plus D minus R, two distances are D, and two distances are D plus R. You can see two distances are D, two are D plus R, and two are the distance of D minus R. Okay. So this is at the cell boundary. The cell remaining at the cell boundary, staying at the cell boundary is termed as a worst case situation. So previously we have seen the mobile radio propagation rule of 40 dB per decade is shown. The carrier is proportional to R power minus 4, where 4 is the path loss slope of the mobile radio environment. I is the interference. It is proportional to the distance. The interference is caused due to the depending upon the distance of the co-channel cell. So it is proportional to D power minus gamma, means here gamma we have taken as mobile radio propagation as 4. So then the carrier to interference ratio is R by I. So R power minus 4. Here I is nothing but summation of the all the co-channel interference distances. So here, as we are having two co-channels at a distance of D minus R, and two co-channels at a distance of D, and two are at a distance of D plus R. So we are summing all these three distances, and as Q is equal to D by R, so D is equal to Q is equal to D by R means D is equal to QR. So we are substituting here in this equation, and where we are taking the Q is equal to 4.6. Q is derived from the normal case. Substituting Q is equal to 4.6 into this above equation, we will see what is the carrier to interference ratio. So we are getting some, we obtain C by I is equal to 54 or 7 dB, which is lower than 18 dB. To be conservative, we may use the shortest distance D minus R. So here in this case, we are getting the 17 dB. But we know that 17 dB is not acceptable. It should be 18 dB or greater than the 18 dB. The carrier to interference ratio should be 18 dB or greater than 18 dB to receive the signal strength. So here we are getting the C by I as 54 or 17 dB for the worst case situation when we are considering the Q as 4.6, means K is equal to 7. 7 frequencies we are reusing. So to be conservative, we may use the shortest distance. So if we substitute in this equation, shortest distance is D minus R for all 6 interference, means 6 co-channel cells, means we are getting the denominator as 6 into D minus R power minus 4. Then we are getting the equation as, so after simplifying, we are getting 14.47 dB. So in reality, because of the imperfect site locations and the rolling nature of the terrain configuration, the C by I received is always worse than 17 dB, and it could be 14 dB or lower. So such an instance can easily occur in a heavy traffic situation. Therefore, the system must be designed around the C by I of the worst case. So we have to design a system by considering that the mobile is situated in the worst case, worst location. So in that case, a co-channel interference reduction factor of Q is equal to 4.6, that is K is equal to 7 is not sufficient. That design is not sufficient. So we have to go for other techniques. Okay. Thank you.